Hi, Kai here from Kai's Kreations. So I just last night did my very first 2 videos of Dollar Tree hauls. Like I said, I had so much stuff I've collected from Dollar Tree in the past couple of months, past 2 or 3 months really. So I really wanted to do a Dollar Tree haul with you guys, but I had so much stuff I had to break it up into categories. So the first one was kind of spring and garden stuff. The second one was a little bit of that, but also kind of just a Mod Podge of like all kinds of different stuff I've been getting and some ideas of what I might use it for, etc. Well, this one is more kind of a Mod Podge of tools and things that I use all the time on a regular basis that I have gotten from Dollar Tree. And some of them are kind of product reviews, and like I'll let you know what's the best bargain and what worked for me, what didn't work for me. Please let me know in the comments if you have any tips or tricks, or maybe some of these products that didn't work for me worked for you, or you used them in a different way. I would love to hear about that in the comments. But anyways, so without further ado, let's just jump right in, guys. Okay, first of all, I found this little cutting mat there. And I don't know if you guys have seen these. Again, this was not at the Post Falls store where I work, but this was at the Coeur d'Alene store, which typically doesn't have as much as we do, but every once in a while they have a few different products that we don't have out in our crafters section especially. So I found this there, which I was really happy about. It's not very big. You could, you know, figure out a way to glue them onto something else and put 4 of them or something and make a nice big cutting mat. I've seen someone do that on a DIY actually. She took 4 of these and turned them over the other way because she didn't need the measurement side, and just glued them onto a piece of cardboard or foam board or something, and then had a nice cutting board, because this is a self-healing cutting mat, so it's really handy. I just got the one. Maybe I should have gotten more. If I see some more later, I might get some more so that I can make a bigger one as well. But this works fine for most things for me. And I also, when I was there, which I did show in the other video, but I'm going to show it again here too, got this little necklace maker. So this is a really cool thing because you can plan out, if you make necklaces or jewelry, where your beads are going to go. It has these little reservoirs where you can keep different kinds of beads or attachments or, you know, embellishments or whatever, and your little hooks or lobster claws and all that, your jump rings. And then I think these are measured out about a centimeter apart. But basically you can just line up all your beads all the way around, you know, even all the way around if you want, up to the top, how you want to make your necklace. And obviously if you wanted to make a shorter necklace, you can just, you know, use part of it. You don't have to use the whole thing. But that way it's a guide. Your beads are all lined up for you exactly where you want them and need them to be. And, you know, if you want matchy, you could start on one end and be like blue, green, yellow, whatever. And then the other way, blue, green, yellow, blue, green, you know, so that they match. Or long one, short one, you know, etc. Anyways, you get the idea. So these are really handy and helpful. I have a big one somewhere in storage, but this little one, you know, like I said, it's not too big, but that is helpful enough. So there we go. Then today I found this. Okay, they have, this is not really a tool or anything, but they had a bunch of these little signs. Now I wrote on this. This was blank white cloud with a blue edging. That's all that was on it. I'm the one who, you know, added that stuff because I'm going to hang it in the corner of my room and hang new project stuff, or, you know, stuff that inspires me or ideas for new projects. I might hang some stuff on there. So I thought that was cool. Just, I love having little things around my room and my craft room to keep me inspired. But they had these at the Post Falls store. They had like a sloth. They had a fox head, a sloth head, a koala head, and a couple others. I can't remember what, but I like the cloud one because it's a cool idea. But I mean, I love sloths and koalas too, so they were pretty cute. Okay, then moving on. Oh, to glue sticks. They usually at the Dollar Tree only sell the little glue sticks, and I don't use my little glue gun anymore. I've been using the bigger one, this one and another one I have that are fairly big, and so I need the big, fatter glue sticks. Well, I did find these. Crafter Square is putting them out at Dollar Tree, so just, I think like a month ago we got these in, and now we've been selling these. I will say though, for bigger, tougher projects where you really want the glue to hold for, you know, a long time, a lifetime, whatever, I use the Gorilla glue sticks this size at Walmart. I get a big pack. I'm not sure how many comes in them, for about $5. It's a little more expensive, obviously, but it's worth it for those bigger, tougher projects because the Gorilla Glue holds really, really well, you guys. These don't hold as well, but for little projects and like material, they're going to hold good enough. So I did pick up a couple packs of these because these are good in a pinch if I don't have my Gorilla Glue sticks and I just want to make something fast. So I have those. Okay, paint things. Obviously, they have a ton of paint brushes, all different sizes at the Dollar Tree, and you usually get at least like 2 or 3 a pack for $1, and they're pretty good. I've had a lot of these. I have tons, you guys. Look, I have more than that somewhere too, but I have so many, and most of those are funny. That was brilliant. We'll just edit that out. Oh, but I don't edit. Okay. Anyway, I have a ton of these, you guys, and most of these are from the Dollar Tree, and they have lasted ages without falling apart. Once in a blue moon, I have had one that will fall apart on you, and when that happens, this part, the metal part, will come off the wood. I just stick a little E6000 down in there and push it right back on, and in a few hours or overnight, it's good as new again. But most of the time, like I said, I have not had that happen with most of these Dollar Tree ones, and I've had them forever. So, just so you know, Just so you know, Okay, let me see. I think I had something blocking that, and that's why it didn't fall. I don't know. Now it just wants to fall no matter what I do. So, we're going to have to fix that later. We'll figure that out. Okay. They also have bigger size paint brushes at the Dollar Tree in the hardware section, so you can get really big, fat, and I have a long one too. You can get different sizes at the Dollar Tree. Okay, we're just having all kinds of technical difficulties here, guys. Anyways, and they have, of course, also, I believe sometimes these are in the craft section, but usually you find these in the hardware section. They have the bigger sponge ones. Now, I will tell you guys, as a crafter, I have very rarely used these because I haven't found, maybe for laying some paint as a background onto a canvas, but using with Mod Podge or other things, I just haven't found a use for them where I like them better than a regular paintbrush. So, if you guys have a use for these that works really well for you, let me know in the comments. I do have a couple on hand always, just in case I need them for something, but I don't use those too much. So, there's that. Then, okay, moving on, still talking about brushes. I got this stencil brush a while ago at Dollar Tree. They had these cute little short stubby stencil brushes. And I think you just get one for $1, but that's fine. Now, I'm kind of a novice or a little bit new at using stencils. I don't do it very often, so I don't have a lot of practice or expertise in that area. I will say, so when I first used this, I hated it. No matter what I did, it bled through underneath the stencil, and the stencil didn't come out neat and clean. Now, I have recently watched some DIYs. I'm having a day today, you guys. Okay, DIYs, where they used this in a fabric situation with a stencil. They put a stencil and adhered it with some, hairspray or glue to make it stay for a minute, or tape, and then just what they did is they dabbed it like this. They didn't paint, which I learned a long time ago, don't paint, but they dabbed it like this, and it worked really well on material. So maybe I need to hang on to this and try it again. Maybe I need to try this on material with a stencil, and that will work better. But it just kept not working for me for a while. So what I went to was these, which is through the Crafter's Square line at Dollar Tree, and it comes with 3 daubers and little sizes, 3 different sizes. What are they called? Sponge dabbers, yeah. And these are really cool. They worked on stencils for me on paper and plastic and things like that. They did not bleed underneath, and they're more than one-time use. If you wash them out and you're careful with them, you can use them again. You can use them at least a few times before they start getting really gross and, you know, maybe you want to get a new thing. So I did grab a couple more of these on my recent Dollar Tree haul. But yeah, so that's my experience with stencils, guys. Again, if you have any expertise or know-how or tips or tricks about stencils, leave them in the comments. I would love to hear them. Okay, then, let's see. Let's talk about adhesives. Okay, first of all, everybody knows I love Mod Podge, and I think most crafters do. This one is the gloss luster. Okay, so they have the gloss one as well as the matte one at Dollar Tree. The matte is yellow, the gloss is orange, and they come in these little 2-ounce bottles. It doesn't sound like a lot, and like if you're doing a big project or you're really using Mod Podge all the time, go ahead and invest and get the big fat bottle at Walmart. But for just little projects here and there, like I don't use a ton of Mod Podge right now, I grabbed 3 or 4 each of these little bottles like 3 months ago, and I still have a couple bottles of each. So, you know, if you don't use Mod Podge that much, it's worth it to grab some at the Dollar Tree. So that's that. Then, let's see. This spray adhesive, I will tell you, again, with this one, I've had a little trouble with it. I'm not really sure what it's really, you know, like usually with different glues, there's one thing that like, oh, that glue's really good for this, but not so good with other things. I haven't found that one thing this is good for yet. So again, if you guys have used this ProMarks multi-purpose spray glue from the Dollar Tree, please leave me a comment below and let me know what you used it on. Did it work for you? Do you have any tips or tricks? Because I've tried it on a couple different things. Didn't work for me. Didn't hold. Was just kind of a waste of money. So, I don't know. I'm not sure I'm satisfied with this yet. Or maybe I just haven't found, you know, its thing that it works really well on yet. On the other hand, a lot smaller, I went to work one day about a month ago, and one of my managers said, oh, they have spray glue in. Go check the craft section, because she's a crafter and likes that kind of stuff too. And I said, oh, no, that spray glue didn't work for us. She goes, no, they have Elmers spray glue. So I went over there, and I found this. And this is just a little, let's see, what's this? 1 ounce Elmers Disappearing Purple Spray Adhesive. And they're not kidding. When you spray this out, it's purple. And you can see exactly where you sprayed your glue because it's purple. But it dries clear. So even if you're spraying it on top of something where it's going to show, it's going to dry clear. You're not going to see purple. You're not going to see the glue. And this, I tried on a lot of the same projects that I was going to use this for, like gluing felt to cardboard or gluing paper to cardboard, etc. Those kind of things. This worked really well. Really well. And this 1 little ounce went quite a lot further than I thought. I did some on my Valentine's boxes, and let me tell you, I made about 8 boxes with 1 bottle of this, gluing felt into the inside of these boxes. That's pretty impressive. So if you're careful with it, that buck goes a long way. This works really well. If you see some at your Dollar Tree, grab a couple. Okay, there's that. Let's see, what else can we talk about? Oh, painting. We were talking about brushes, so we can talk about paint trays. They sell these at the Dollar Tree. They're really thin, like super thin. And, sorry, someone must be here. Our dogs are going nuts. But they're super thin, and it only has 6 things to put your paint in. And they're small. Now they do come, I think, like 3 a pack. Okay, maybe if you have little kids or you're just doing a little painting project or something, that would be good. You get 3 little paint trays for $1. But they also have these. Now this is only 1 for $1, but it's way bigger. First of all, has more spaces, and it has the traditional, you know, you can put your thumb in there and hold that. I don't know how you're supposed to do it. Maybe like that. I don't know. But anyways, it has that thumb hole where you can, you know, left or right-handed, you can put your thumb through there and be dabbing on your paintbrushes. And it has like places where you could maybe mix a couple colors if you need to. So let me tell you, I use these all the time. I never use these anymore. These are just leftover. But I did see a DIY, if you look for them, where this gal put these around the edges of a mirror and painted them gold. And it looked like this like cool design element with the bumps on the upside. So, I don't know. Maybe you could make something out of those. But for painting, I prefer the big ones. I have about 4 of these. I use them all the time. And I'll show you another trick. If you're a really lazy painter like me, and you don't go wash out your tray the minute it's dirty or you're done using it, you end up with trays laying around that look like this. Hold on, let me get this one off. And like this. You can tell it was Mod Podge in that one. Okay, well guess what? If you get your finger or something sharp in there, let me see if I can do it with a knife. Before you even wash it or bother to get that wet or clog up your sink with it, you can peel these, look at that, right off of there. The dried paint and dried Mod Podge, everything will come sliding right off of there. So this is like one, look, that's gross, but this is one that had Mod Podge and paint in it. And I literally just peeled the whole thing off the tray. And then, of course, once I peeled the whole thing off the tray, I went back and washed the tray. But that means all this clumpy paint doesn't end up in your sink, number one. It's easier to do. And like I said, if you're lazy like me and you didn't get to clean up that paint before you went to bed or left or whatever, and it got all dried and gross, at least it comes off here really, really easily, you guys. Look at that. I just took that off. So, that's an option. If you're a lazy painter, don't worry. You didn't ruin your paint tray. You can save it. Another option for glues and adhesives, I know I'm jumping around all over the place here, you guys, is I found these little glue tapes. They come 2 in a pack. I know there's only 1 because I'm already using one. Well, this makes a cute little line of glue. So if you're gluing like a thin piece of felt maybe, or paper to paper, or paper to cardboard, this actually works pretty darn well. And again, it had a lot more tape in there than I thought. And you get 2 of them for $1. So that's pretty cute. You know, for paper crafts, I would highly recommend this. It's a good little tape roller. There you go. Now, let's see. Other things I use all the time. All the time, all the time. These hooks come in a big circle pack of, I don't know how many, a bunch. Because I don't have a new pack here, so I don't know how many they come at the Dollar Tree. These clips or clamps are great for when you're drying something, like with E6000 maybe, and you want to clamp that thing together, make sure it stays really tight bond overnight or for several hours while it dries. These are your guys, okay? Or you want to make a bunch of tulle or mesh bows and hold them together while you get your wreath together. Again, little clamps come in perfectly handy for that. The other thing that is pink, and they have at the Dollar Tree, is they have packages of these finger covers. Again, don't know how many comes in a pack, you guys. I'm not prepared for this. But a lot of them come in a pack. Several of them. And you put them, if you're like me, whatever hand you use the most, you put them on your thumb and your index finger. You can put them on all your fingers if you want. And then when you're pushing down that hot glue thing, trying to hold it in place, guess what? It still gets hot. It still might even hurt a little bit, but it doesn't burn your finger like when you have nothing on your finger and you stick it down and go, oh crap, that hurt. because we've all been there. We've all had the glue gun burns, okay? And it sucks. So these little finger savers will save you guys. If you're glue gunning something, using your glue gun for something, and you think you might need to, you know, swipe a little off or push down and make it hold, put these on first. They will save you from big blister burns. Okay, so that's that. I have these also in a little magnet box that goes on my pizza pan for organization right by my desk. So those are kept handy. What else do we have? Oh, speaking of glues and adhesives. Okay, I used to be a big person on Goof Off, which they sell at Walmart. They don't sell that at Dollar Tree, but they do sell Goo Gone. So I still say Goof Off or Goo Gone work really well. But two things. Number one, I have a tip from a friend on another one of my videos where she says lemon juice works just as good and is all natural and doesn't have that chemical smell. So I will be trying that soon, and we'll have a goof off, lemon off, and see what works better, maybe in an upcoming video. But I still say, as a standard for craft people, Goo Gone or Goof Off work really well. Now, what I have seen though, I was kind of dumb about this. I kept pouring it on things and either wasting it or the Goo Gone would go everywhere and I'd get oily stuff all over my hands, all over my table, and it wouldn't go where I wanted it to go on the label and just soak in. So a couple things I've learned recently. One, I learned from another DIYer that I saw. She soaked paper towels or cotton balls, little strips of paper towels or cotton balls in this, and then laid that over the messy label that you were trying to get off and let it soak in for a few minutes, and then tried to scrape off the label, and that worked really well. Another thing I came up with by myself, they sell these squirt bottles by Crafter's Square now at Dollar Tree. They came in, though, in two waves, and both times they came in, they went off the shelves, gone in a day. So, if you see these, I think they came 2 or 3 a pack. If you see them at your Dollar Tree, grab them. They're tiny, but you know what? You can use these spray balls for so many things. What I'm about to show you and other things. And I have a DIY coming up soon where I'm going to show you how to make your own alcohol inks. And I'm going to use these bottles for that. But I also, if you can't find those bottles, go to the glasses section at your Dollar Tree and find a little bottle of glass cleaner. It won't look gold like this, it'll look clear, but it's a little spray bottle of glass cleaner to clean your glasses. Go home, use it for your glasses if you want, put that in something else, or just pour it down the sink, I don't care. But then put your Goo Gone in this bottle. I made a little label with my label maker so I know what it is. And then you can spray your Goo Gone on your label and just do a little bit and let it soak, and it won't run all over the place. There's no spillage, you know. So there you go. Soak it in cotton balls or strips of paper towel, or use a little spray bottle to spray it on. Other than that, Goo Gone and Goof Off work amazing. I'll let you know about the lemon juice later on. Okay, what else can we talk about? Oh, speaking of these little clips and clamps, they also have these either on the ends of the aisles, like when you're going to check out, or sometimes in the hardware section, because these aren't Crafter Square. They're just multi-purpose clips. You get 6 to a pack, different colors. These work about as good as the other ones for holding things in place while they're gluing, or bows while you're waiting, clipping up little notes around your desk to remind yourself of things, whatever. These are great to have on hand. So I do have a pack of those as well. I also have tools like in the tool section. I found a little saw, I found some little screwdrivers, a sanding block, this tape measure. Those come in handy for crafters, especially if you're making wood signs or little crates or anything heavy duty like that. Get out of the crafter section and go check out the tool section, and you'll be surprised what you find that you could use there for your crafts. Okay, also this roller cutter. Now, I saw a DIYer using this recently. I'm trying to see if I can, it doesn't want to let me, okay, there it goes. So you pop that into place, and it has a barrier where you're not going to cut yourself. But you pull that down and it removes that barrier, so it pushes the plastic down and the blade up so that you can use this to cut. I have used this to cut several things, and it's still pretty good shape, and it's still doing a good job, and it was only $1. Now, she did say in the video I watched recently, she thought originally, oh, this is going to be like a one-time use thing. But she noticed, as I did, there's a bolt on the back where you can take that blade off. So, I don't know if that means Crafter Square is eventually going to come out with blade refills where we can refill these. Or maybe we can find some blade refills at Walmart or someplace else that fit this one. But, I mean, I still love my Fiskars one I have. But this is a pretty good little roller cutter for $1. Not bad, guys. This has worked really well for me. So, there you go. Another one is the tiny scissors. They sell these in the craft section of Crafter Square. These are super sharp, and they work really well if you're cutting out little detailed things or want to get around little corners or edges. These are what I use them for. These are my detail scissors. Then we have this tool, which honestly, I'm not even sure because I don't still have the package, and I bought a couple of these so long ago. I don't know exactly what all this tool is meant for, but I'll tell you what I use it for. This side is really sharp and good for poking holes in things, and good for, I don't know, mostly just poking holes in things and getting the little corners of stickers up maybe sometimes, things like that. And I do try to keep that cap on there so I don't poke myself. I just put it back on and push it down on the table so it stays on. This side you can use to scrape off things and stuff like that. But what I have figured out, other than scratching lotto tickets, but what I figured out for this is rub-ons. This works amazing on rub-ons. So if you want to do some rub-ons on a box or a piece of plastic or a piece of paper, get this tool, you guys. It's a multi-purpose tool. You got a hole poker sharp thing over here. You got a scratcher and smoother tool at the end of that. Okay, so there's that. And of course, can't go without mentioning that they do have X-Acto knives at the Dollar Tree, and they're really sharp and they're really precise. And even if the blade gets dull and you need to buy more blades, you can probably find a refill for this. It has a nice little cover it comes with for safety, and I've used this quite a bit in the last few months, and it's still not dull. So for $1, not bad. That's a great one. Also found this, which I believe is a scoring tool, and I've used this for several things, making holes bigger, for scoring, you name it, even for polka dot art on bottles where you make the mandalas and things like that with different sized dots. This has a tiny dot. It's basically a sharp pointy end, not really a dot, and then this end has a little, I'm trying to see if you can see it best there, has a little circle dot on it that is great for edging or what do you call it, I just said it a minute ago, not engraving, but yeah, you know, scoring pieces of paper. And it's also good for making those little dots for the dot art, so that comes in handy. That's a good one there. Then let's see, moving on. Oh, there's chalk markers, and then there's these metallic markers. Don't mind that this has a different colored cap. That's a whole story in itself. Anyways, they come in gold, white, this fuchsia pink color, and blue, and they're $1 each, but they've lasted a really long time, and they're really, really pretty metallic markers. So if you see those at Dollar Tree, grab some of those. What else do we got for you? Sewing kit. They sell these by the checkout stand, and it comes with a bunch of little threads, not a lot of thread on each one, but some thread. It comes with a whole pack of needles that I just dumped some out of. I'm telling you, I'm having a day, guys. A little tiny tape measure, little thread guide, needle thread guide, a little tiny pair of scissors. I don't know if you can see in there. A whole bunch of safety pins and buttons. I mean, for $1, if you're like me, a finger cover. if you're like me and you don't sew very often, if ever, that's me, okay? Then you might want to buy this kit because it's only $1 and you have just a few little sewing items where you can do a few sewing things here and there when you want to do that. Now, if you sew all the time and have a big sewing kit, it's not really worth it for you guys. But like I said, if you're like me, that's a cute little kit to have on hand. What else do we have for you? Oh, along with Goo Gone and adhesives and glue. I bought one of these a while ago. Now again, I saw another, I want to say it was Kelly Barlow, but it might have been somebody else that was using one of these and giving her review, and it wasn't working for her. Well, I was like, oh my gosh, Kelly, because I had the same thing. I got one of these, I opened it, I got this one just so I could show you guys, but it didn't work. I was using it, there's not really any instructions on the back, but I was using it, rubbing to try to get, stuff off and adhesive. I did see in one DIY where some lady was using one and she said, oh, you just rub it with this, blah, blah, and then she fast forwarded and she had the label off. So, not sure about that, but Kelly really gave it a try, Kelly Barlow. I think it's Kelly Barlow Kreations, her channel. And she wasn't able to do it either. And I'm not able to do it. I tried and tried and tried. I couldn't do it. So I kind of think this is kind of useless. Now, if you know a tip or trick or something specific you use this for and it worked for you, this, what is it called? Glue and Residue Eraser from Crafter's Square at Dollar Tree. If this worked for you on a project, please let me know in the comments what project you had it for and what you used it for. That would be amazing to know. Otherwise, I don't recommend it. Washi tape. They now have all different kinds of little washi tape at Dollar Tree. And they're usually on the end caps, in or near or around stationery and craft sections. Look for them. They have all different kinds of cool ones. They're only $1. You get quite a bit on there. And I mean, who doesn't love washi tape? You can use washi tape for so many things. If you don't know what washi tape is or you don't know how to use it, look up washi tape DIYs. You'll fall down that rabbit hole like I did a couple of years ago and you'll have fun. Okay, what else? Because this video is going forever, you guys. Okay, I think I just have a couple more things. They often have chalk paint in the, what do you call it? Excuse me, chalk paint, black, in these little 2 fluid ounce bottles at Dollar Tree. This is a great price and a great paint. It works really well, so I always grab several of these when I see it come out because it will go fast and it's not always there year-round. Now, last but not least, I want to talk to you guys about Twine. You know I love rustic decor and shabby chic and farmhouse, so I use a lot of twine and nautical rope, of course. Nautical rope is always there. But here's the thing. Okay, first of all, they will have jute twine and twine like this in both the floral and garden section and also in the crafter section, just one bunch like that. Now, they will also have a 3-pack of twine in the hardware section. That twine's a little thinner. Not sure what it's made out of. But that twine is a little thinner. But you do get 3 to a pack. And so in the garden section and crafter section, you'll only get 1 for $1. But it's a little thicker and a little better quality. Also, what they've come out recently with in the garden section are the green ones. So that's pretty cool. You get a big old giant green one. Then, a little while later, well, some of you have seen these little ones. This is a red and green one, and I think I had a blue one but used it up or something. But these come, I think, 2 or 3 a pack. They're tiny, and they come 2 or 3 a pack for $1. Again, you know, you can get 3 big ones or at least 1 big one versus 3 little ones for $1. But these are colored and they're cute. But then, just wait, there's more, guys. They came out with these recently. Huge ones of cotton twine. So, And they had a couple other colors. They had yellow and something else, but I really didn't think I'd use those colors. So I grabbed the black and white, this pretty blue, and this gray and white. I don't know if you can really see that color. There you go. But I grabbed 4 of these. I think I actually grabbed a couple of each. These were amazing. And I'll tell you what, they came out with these colors. They disappeared in 2 days. Then about a week later, they came out with a few more colors. They disappeared in a day. They're no longer at Dollar Tree right now. So I'm hoping they come back. But if you see these at your Dollar Tree, grab them. Because this is a much bigger roll than this. And it's cotton twine, not jute twine. And they're colored and in different colors and patterns. So, like I said, you got several options on twine. There's the rundown on twine. You heard it from Kai right here at Kai's Kreations. And I don't see anything else on my desk. I'm probably going to remember later, oh, I wanted to show them that. But I think that's about it. This is 35 minutes long. If you've stayed this long, you must really be interested in Dollar Tree stuff or really like listening to my crazy mouth running off for a while. Anyways, thank you if you stayed. Please give me a thumbs up if you like this. Leave a comment. Let me know what you liked, what you didn't like, what you agreed with, what your experiences with, what some of your favorite products are. And if you'd like to see more from me, please hit that subscribe button. Yeah? Okay? Yeah. All right. Happy crafting, guys. That's it for tonight. Bye.